Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, as the title suggests, I'm looking at Sabayon or Sabayon, however it's pronounced. This is a Gentoo based Linux distribution. It is part of the Big Danny Linux challenge, sorry. And I'm going to do my usual fumbling around as I record. Keep in mind that you're seeing things as I see it. I haven't really taken that much of a look at it. And the reason is that I couldn't make up my mind as to which flavor to choose. I first tried the minimal, which seems to come with Fluxbox. However, that one wouldn't boot up, wouldn't install for me. It had issues, and I'm not sure what they were. In the end, I went with GNOME because it was the first one on the list, and I kind of assumed it was the flagship for that particular distro. So here we'll go through. The only things I did do, obviously, I installed OBS, which is what I'm using now, and I tweaked the GNOME Windows to have a minimize button and the maximize button. I added those through the GNOME tweak tool. So let's go to it. We'll see what we have installed. It looks like we have the applications extension for GNOME pre-installed. It doesn't look like. Okay, so it looks like we have in our favorites. We have Mozilla Firefox, Shotwell, Rhythmbox, Office, and Files. And accessories, we have a calculator, Files, text editor. So system tools, we have HTOP. We're gonna take a look at HTOP. We'll see what's going on here. Looks like not much. We have about 8 gigs of swap. It hasn't touched it yet. Choosing 1 out of the 8 gigs of RAM on here, and this doesn't seem to be too heavy on the cores. Now keep in mind I am running OBS in the background, and that is kind of eating up some system resources, as to be expected. The first thing I noticed, that I'm noticing, is as we go through the applications here, I'm not finding the GNOME Software Center or any. Or I wonder if this is it. Oh, looks like there is a Software Center here. Okay. I did not see this before. Well, this is quite interesting. So it looks like here it says there are 4 notices from 4 repositories. It's extremely important to always read them. Let me see. Possible problems with services after recent system D upgrade. Support Sabayon. LibrePay. Support Sabayon on Patreon. Okay. So close that. So I mean, I guess this is something you would want to look at if you were running this full time, kind of like the Arch newsletter or the Gentoo newsletter. You want to make you want to stay up to date with that to see if there's any known breakages or whatnot. Rego application browser. Let's see what we got here. This is interesting. I don't know if I like that white border that's around it. Looks kind of messy, but that might be an issue with my theming. Show available kernels. That's interesting. So the latest one it has is 5.05. I wonder which one I'm running right now. Well, it looks like there's a gear around that one, so I wonder if it's that one. Quick way to do that would be to check terminal and run uname r. Yep, 4.20.0. The first thing that I noticed, well, let's see what we got here. Got a bunch of groups. I wonder if we can search for Neo Fetch. Let's see how this installs. I do not like the way this is coloring me. Okay, show me. Oh my god, this is weird. The way the colors are. I don't know. Okay, so Neo requires installation. Okay, we'll say accept. Accept forever. Confirm. Give it the password. We'll see how this goes. Now keep in mind, I haven't done this before. I can't promise that this will work. Like I said, this is like my first time discovering this GUI software manager. Earlier today I was just using the command line to get stuff installed because I assumed that's all there was. Unless this was like just installed. I did update it this morning. I did run an upgrade. Is it just me, or are these colors just like way off? I don't like this at all. Interface isn't very... Okay. So we'll go back to the terminal. Run Neo. Help if I could spell it. Neo Fetch. And so it installed properly. It got the correct logo, Sabayon. This claw thing, whatever it is, alien-like looking foot. So it looks like it's using emerge or portage as the package manager. However, I noticed that it had another package manager called entropy. And let me see if I can remember how this goes. The actual package, the command goes equo, and I punched in TAC H to see the available options. Matter of fact, let me change the color of the terminal here. I like green on black. I just don't like the way those colors were showing up. They just didn't stand out. I couldn't really see it very well. So it looks like about as easy to learn as any other package manager out there. It has a decent help menu. I wonder if it has a man page. It does. I mean, those are the only two things that I look for when I'm learning a new package manager. I mean, as long as it has a good help menu and a decent man page and like good documentation, a package manager is just like, you know what, all right. It's just a little things that'll make certain ones a personal preference over others for certain people. However, it looks like for equo to update it, I ran equo update. It's the first command I ran. It is the equivalent of apt update. I assume it looked like it was refreshing the repositories. I'm gonna just quit that. And to upgrade it, I ran equal upgrade. And I'm thinking, I know why I didn't do that last time. It's because I didn't run sudo. Always run sudo when you're running a package manager, unless it's AUR helper. If you're running an Arch-based distribution, do not run sudo yay or sudo whatever, yeah or whatever. But here we'll keep going through. See what we have for packages installed here. For accessories, we have calculator, files. See what we have for a file manager here. Looks like it's Nautilus, which is the standard GNOME file manager. I'll close out of that. We'll go internet. I mean, it doesn't look like we have much installed by default. Looks like it's like bare minimums. For Office, looks like we have Evolution, which is a standard GNOME email client. LibreOffice. We'll see what version of LibreOffice we're running. Looks like 6. We will take a look here. We are running 6.1.5.2. And I think the current version is 6.2, if I'm not mistaken. So a little behind, but that's okay for stability's sake. So we'll keep going through the applications here. We just went through Office programming, so we have a lot of Python stuff. I'm not really a programmer, so I mean that's not a big deal for me. It looks like there's a lot of documentation here. There's a whole category here for Sabayon. Let's just click one of these things, see what these are. Sabayon packages. See what that does. It's opening up Firefox on me. Packages.sabayon.org. So it looks like it was a link to a website. Maybe this is like, you know, look for packages on their website, see what's available. Some distros allow you to do that. And it wouldn't surprise me to see that all of these are links. So it looks like this is a link to new tab. Kidding. My guess is it's to the download page to where you can download Sabayon. Yep. That's kind of neat that it includes that. I'm not sure why. I mean, if it's installed, then obviously I already downloaded it. Sound and video. PiTV. That's interesting. I've never seen that pre-installed on a distro before. So that is pretty interesting to see that there's even a video editor at all installed by default. Looks like there's a newer version available, but we can't get that because our package manager handles that here. That's an interesting choice to go with PiTV. PiTV, I'm not sure how to pronounce it properly. As with most Linux terms, very rarely do I hear things pronounced, and I think that's a big thing. Is that most Linux users just read things on forums and terminals and package manager and stuff, and we rarely hear them officially pronounced by people. So that if anything, that's why we have a hard time pronouncing things sometimes, or why we pronounce things differently. But more to the point, of Sundry, looks like we have configuration editor. What's that do? Looks like it gets into like things under the hood. System tools. Settings. We'll go into settings. We'll take a look at some things in there. See if I can change this theme. I could fix away that whatever, I forget the name of that already. That thing. Let's take a look here. What version of GNOME are we running? 3.30. It's pretty up to date. The current version is 3.32, so I mean that's not terribly old. Well, to change the theme, I need the tweaks tool. So, so we have online accounts. I'm not gonna try to synchronize any of that just yet, or possibly at all here. Go back here, System Tools. See if we can find the tweaks tool. Unless it's under Utilities, which I'm not finding it. There it is. It's called Rigo. Application Browser. Okay, so tweaks is in accessories. Well, matter of fact, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna open up Rigo. Put that to the side over there. Try to put this on that side, unless it's not allowed. We'll just put that here. Go into Appearance. Netlooks. Try Arc Dark. See if that does it. That's not changing that. Arc Darker. So it doesn't look like changing the theme. It's changing this white border here around this. I do not like that. And I don't like the way this blue is here. It just looks weird, doesn't look intuitive. It doesn't look like something that a new user would be comfortable with or would know how to use out of the box. That being said, it might just be like it's probably still in development. Matter of fact, whoops, I can't get any info on it. Let's see what we have for extensions. We got application menu, which is this thing up here. Movable drive menu, places, native window placement. Top bar. I do like to put the battery percentage up there because this is a laptop. And this is where I went to add the minimize button. Because right-clicking it and clicking minimize is way too much work and not very intuitive. So we'll exit that. And we'll try to find what the version number of that Rego thing is. And type in equal h deck h. There should be a way to get info on a package. Rego. Okay, so the package should be Rego, right? So we're going to search for Rego here. We'll see what we got. Go more info. See, I don't like the way it goes dark then bright light. I mean, that's bothering me. That's just annoying, in my opinion. November 23rd, 2018. So, I guess it's a fairly new program. Wait. Not available. This not installed? It says reinstall. So it is. This is what it's installed. So clicking on that just took me to the Sabayon website, which tells me nothing about the actual package itself. We'll try searching for Rego again. And I'm guessing that the gear here means that it's either installed or enabled or yeah, 319. I'll just kill it from here in the terminal. We'll run equal man. I'm going to search for info pattern not found. Never mind. So it looks like some of the comments down here from 2012, 2013. I guess these people didn't try to theme it. Or maybe the themes actually worked back then. That's it. The latest comment is 2013. So it could just be that this package hasn't been, kept up to date. We'll see if there's a does it say when the last time it was updated? Trying to find where it says, if you go to no, it looks like it was last time it was updated was 11/23/2018. So, I'm guessing that's not the issue. Interesting. Not my favorite. Definitely not my favorite GUI package manager. I would rather have the GNOME Software Center or KDE Discover. That one doesn't either. It doesn't look right. It just I don't know. There's something about it I just don't like it. Another thing about Sabayon is it does have eMerge or Portage, the Portage Package Manager, and you can build an application from source code if you would like to. Emerge is the command to install stuff from Gentoo. The only reason I'm not going to do this is because compiling takes forever, and I mean literally ever in Gentoo, and I just don't have the time to do that. So with that in mind, what are my overall thoughts? Well, as you could tell, I kind of bumbled around here, and you saw things as I saw them, and I ran into some weird stuff here and there. It looks like it's a good distro if you're trying to get into Gentoo and you don't want to have to compile everything from source code. However, it has its own separate package manager and installs binaries. If you're going to be using, let's say, Equal or Entropy, whatever that other package manager is, you're not going to get any experience with Portage or Emerge or with Gentoo at all. So what would be my recommendation if you want to get into Gentoo? Make sure you have a lot of time on your hands. Pick up a separate machine. Make sure it's a separate machine entirely. And begin it as a side project. Following the wiki. Following everything. Step by step. Learning as you go. And I say that not as a Gentoo user, but as someone who did go through that process once and realized it was a good learning experience. However, it's not a distribution that I have the time to be able to maintain or anything like that. So for me, I use Arch as my main distribution. So how does Sabayon GNOME stack up? It's a very vanilla GNOME from when I installed it. There wasn't much to it, not much polish. It's just, GNOME. It looks like the only thing they did was they put a couple extensions here and there, and the only one that was visible was the applications menu, which I can respect that. You want to make something as vanilla as possible, that the user decide what to do with it. What are my opinions on it? I guess if you really want to get used to Portage or Emerge, you could install this and just play around with Emerge. However, I think you'd be much better off just learning it as you go, installing Gentoo on a separate machine. Do not do that on your main production machine. Like I said, this machine here is not my main machine. This is a separate laptop that I specifically use for distro testing, for the distro challenges. That being said, as you can tell, my opinions are pretty indifferent on Sabayon. There was nothing that really stood out that really grabbed me. Its graphical package manager seems kind of odd. It seems kind of off, and like I don't really want to use something like that. Maybe it's just the aesthetics for me. Like, I didn't like the way the colors changed, and it borked up my theming, and it went from my dark theme to this bright light, and it was like, that was just annoying to me. And so those are my thoughts. Let me know what you think. I will include a link to Sabayon in the description if you are interested in trying it. Those are my thoughts. Please like and subscribe, and let me know what you think in the comment section below. Thank you, and have a great day.